when did you realize like you were that guy when it came to copywriting? Like how long did it take you to get to that level of confidence with that skill?
It took me a while. I think like when I felt like I was really good, I was probably about a year in when I felt like I could kind of do anything. Like for a while, like you're going to feel like a little bit, I mean, what about you? Because you're a copywriter.
I feel like I'm a very different breed than you.
You're B2B.
I do like very logical. You do very emotional.
Yeah, I mean, well, I kind of like, I didn't really get a chance to like flex the muscle too much because I was doing e-com. And like I can write an e-com email in like legit 90 seconds.
But
because yours is more like you test a lot. So it's like one script that you run forever and you test it a lot.
But the things that you write are very outside the box. Like how do you write that in 90 seconds? So like this is gonna hit.
So an e-commerce email, and I only know this because I worked at Structured with Chase Diamond, and so like I had to write legit like 20 emails a day. And I had to figure out so it's subject line, preview text, header, subheader, call to action, subheader, body, call to action. And we talked about this last time where it's like Mad Libs. You just fill in the fucking blanks. Where it's like the subject line is like basically just something catchy that you think of. I would literally have like notes on my phone of like just all the funny shit that I would think of and I'd think about like brands I could use it with because I was on like probably 10 brands at the agency. And so I'd be like, oh, that's a funny thing. I can give that to Disco, or I can give that to Balls, or I can give that to A System. And so I would just like, that would be one of my lines. And the preview text is sort of like just hypes up the subject line. And the header is like literally just like what the email's about. Subheader is a one-liner where it's like, what can you say to support the idea? So like, let's say it's like Memorial Day, right? So like subject line, 30% off for Memorial Day. Preview text, get in for da-da-da-da. Header, 30% off just for you. Subheader, you know, whatever Memorial Day means to the brand. Call to action. And then subheader is like, here's what other people are saying. Body, reviews. Call to action is just a call to action. So it's like super fucking easy. It's like barely copy. E-com is like really fucking easy. Yep. I actually started to get good when I started to do more like personal brand stuff. When I was like writing for like real offers and like my words actually mattered. Because like before, like when you're doing e-com, it's like it's all design. As long as the email goes out, you're gonna make money. It doesn't matter what the fuck you say. Like that's why e-commerce email is such an easy thing to do, because it's like all it is like someone to just sit there and send emails. It doesn't matter what you say. That's why like I have a lot of respect for, you guys know The Rock?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mail or Profit.
Yep.
He actually does it right, because he actually can get like legitimate results with emails, because like the stuff he says in the emails actually matters.
Yeah.
Like people are actually reading it and it's like more direct response. But like the old strategy is literally just fill all the holes. So it's not about like what the emails actually say. It's just like what part of the customer journey do you put emails in? What was the original question?
I think you guys were talking about the difference in
Emotional versus logical. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, so the original question was like,
the original question was like, when did you feel like you were that guy when it came to copywriting?
It was about a year in. I remember I started to get a bit of an ego where it's just I was getting so much inbound. People just wanted to work with me, where I was like, I just felt like I could kind of charge whatever I wanted, and like I was kind of just doing whatever I wanted. And I was like, it was the first time where people were listening to me instead of the other way around. Like your first client, they're like, we need you to do this, do it. And I'm like, okay, it's like a job, right? But it's like a year in, you have a client, and they're like, hey man, I really need these kinds of emails. And it's like, are you sure you want that?
You're like, no, you don't. You need this.
Yeah, it's like I would recommend this, and they're like, well, why? It's like because this worked for this name drop that you know, kind of thing. And then they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
How'd you come up with the Disco email?
Which one?
The American Psycho.
Oh, because Bronze. You guys remember Bronze from Twitter?
Yeah.
Bronze.
No.
Is he not around anymore?
No,
I'm
he's
not
banned.
as plugged into Twitter.
He's
to be honest
banned.
with you.
Yeah, you're not really on Twitter.
No.
I just
Bronze.
Yeah, American Psycho was becoming like a trend on Twitter, and I think I just watched the movie, and I was like, that'd be funny if we just sort of like did like an American Psycho kind of spin on, because like it's male skincare, and yeah, I just kind of spun it up. It went out, and everyone loved it. Like my metric for like when I was doing e-com email, like my metric for like a good email was not like how much sales, like what's the number, like what's the revenue. Didn't really matter. It was more like, what does their inbox say? Like, because like I would ask one of the girls on the team, the disco team, I'd be like, yo, what's the inbox looking like? And she was like, oh my god, everyone loves this one. This is hilarious. Like you killed it. And so like that
with like their responses to it.
Yeah,
or?
yeah. So that was
People
that was,
respond
like,
to e-com emails.
Yeah, bro. People respond to like, dude. If you tell people to respond, they will.
Yeah,
it's actually a good thing to do. I don't know if you guys do that. You
Yeah.
guys started doing that for ListKit.
I have like an email list.
Yeah, we do.
It's,
I'm like just drop
tiny.
a reply with feature requests or questions or just to say what's up.
When I started my email list, I knew that responses like boost the deliverability. So I'm like, reply to this email and I'll send you a swipe file. It was like,
Yeah, it's like the original auto DM.
It's a psychology, dude. I'd say, like, not to get nerdy, but the Loom video strategy with cold email, if you just send a video up front, it will get open far less than if you ask people if they want to see a video about.
Because then you get the intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy-in.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this short clip, check out the full interview here. And if you want to see more clips from this episode, check it out right here.